Welcome to SBS News in Easy English. I'm Sarah Shalala. The Trade Minister has welcomed Australia's free trade deal with the United Kingdom as a win for farmers in both countries. Australia insists its farmers will benefit from the deal, with the UK to liberalise 99% of Australian imports, including wine. The deal still needs to be ratified by the parliaments of both countries, and the exact text of the agreement hasn't been finalised. Federal Minister Dan Tehan says the agreement will open up access to Indo-Pacific markets and strengthen economic ties.
There's always give and take in these agreements, and the most important thing is we get the balance right, and I think we have got the balance right. It's a win for the United Kingdom, it's a win for Australia.
Australia will stop making British backpackers work on Australian farms and instead turn to Southeast Asian nations for seasonal labour. Agriculture Minister David Littleproud says the decision to end the working holiday visa requirement on UK citizens will reduce the seasonal workforce by 10,000 people. He says the Nationals have struck a deal that means they will be replaced with a new agricultural visa category. Nationals leader Michael McCormack is assuring farmers that backpacker shortages will be filled.
We will work through these arrangements. It's not easy. It's not easy filling the thousands upon thousands, tens of thousands indeed, vacancies at the moment.
There are reports Israel has mounted an airstrike in the Gaza Strip after incendiary balloons were launched from the Palestinian territory. Gaza's government, Hamas, had threatened to take action if an Israeli nationalist march through East Jerusalem went ahead. It did. Israel's air attack is the first since a truce was declared after 11 days of cross-border conflict last month. A Tamil family previously detained on Christmas Island has been allowed to reunite in Perth, but their exact future in Australia remains unclear. One of the Morugapan daughters has been receiving medical care in hospital, and the federal government says they can stay in community detention in Perth. It's still unclear whether the family can live once again in Biloela, although the immigration minister says he has the power to return them to Queensland. Prime Minister Scott Morrison has met his French counterpart, Emmanuel Macron, who has scolded China's intimidation tactics. Mr Macron described Australia as being at the forefront of tensions in the region and said he rejected countries taking coercive economic measures. China has imposed trade tariffs on more than $20 billion worth of Australian exports. Mr Morrison focused on Australia's ties to France, stating that the partnership is built on shared values and beliefs.
The work that you've done in supporting and standing with Australia, as you've just mentioned, as we go through some difficult times in the Indo-Pacific, and we greatly appreciate that.
To Sport Now, and Denmark's football coach says there are lessons to be learnt from the UEFA's handling of a player's collapse during a game against Finland. Christian Eriksen suffered a cardiac arrest and had to be resuscitated with the Euro 2020 game resuming after a 90-minute suspension. UEFA told Denmark it could continue to play that evening or come back on Sunday, raising questions about players feeling under pressure. I'm Sarah Shalala. This is SBS News in Easy English.